Most people believe the difference between the poor and the rich is money, salary, luck, education, connections. But none of that is the real reason. If you give a poor mindset $1 million, in most cases the money will disappear. If you take everything away from a rich mindset, very often it will rebuild everything again. The true difference lives much deeper than the bank account. It lives in the way a person thinks, reacts, decides, and sees the world. Imagine two people standing in the same place, facing the same problem. One sees a wall, the other sees a door. Not because the door is obvious, but because one is trained to look for it. This training starts early, often invisibly, passed down through families, environments, and everyday conversations. Phrases like, money is hard to earn, people like us don't get rich, be grateful for what you have, slowly shape how a person interprets reality. Over time, these thoughts become automatic. They feel like facts, even though they are only beliefs. A poor mindset is focused on survival. It asks questions like, how do I avoid losing? What if this fails? What if I look stupid? What if I waste my time? Because of this, decisions are driven by fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of instability. Safety becomes the highest value. Not growth, not learning, not progress, just safety. This is why many people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and routines that slowly kill their potential. The discomfort of staying feels safer than the uncertainty of change. A rich mindset, on the other hand, is focused on expansion. It asks different questions. What can I learn from this? How can this work? What's the upside if I try? Failure is not seen as a verdict on identity, but as data, information, feedback, something to be analyzed, adjusted, and used. Where the poor mindset sees failure as proof of inadequacy, the rich mindset sees it as a step in a longer process. This difference shows up clearly in how time is treated. A poor mindset trades time for immediate comfort. Short-term pleasure feels necessary because the future feels uncertain. When life feels unstable, thinking long-term feels risky. Why invest years into something that might not work when you need results now? This creates a cycle of short-term decisions that provide relief today but create pressure tomorrow. The future is constantly sacrificed for the present. A rich mindset treats time as an asset, something to be invested, not spent. Short-term discomfort is accepted, even welcomed, if it leads to long-term gain. This doesn't mean rich-thinking people never enjoy life. It means they understand that discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. They delay gratification not because they enjoy suffering, but because they understand cause and effect deeply. Another critical difference is responsibility. A poor mindset looks outward for explanations. The system is broken. The economy is unfair. The boss is toxic. The government is corrupt. Sometimes these things are true. But when responsibility always lives outside, power does too. If everything is someone else's fault, then nothing can be changed. Complaining becomes a substitute for action. Blame becomes emotional comfort. A rich mindset looks inward first, not with self-hate, but with ownership. What did I do to create this situation? What can I do differently next time? Where do I need to improve? This mindset is uncomfortable because it removes excuses, but it is also empowering because it gives control back to the individual. Responsibility is not a burden here. It is leverage. This difference also appears in how people talk. Poor thinking is filled with absolute statements. Always, never, impossible, too late, too risky. These words shut down possibility before it has a chance to form. Rich thinking uses flexible language. Maybe. How could I? What if? These questions keep the mind open. They don't guarantee success, but they allow movement. When it comes to money itself, the poor mindset sees it as something to be spent or protected. Money creates anxiety. It is either disappearing too fast or not coming fast enough. This leads to emotional decisions. Spending to feel better, avoiding investing because of fear, holding onto money so tightly that opportunities are missed. The rich mindset sees money as a tool, neutral, neither good nor evil. It is energy that can be directed. Money is used to buy time, skills, systems, and leverage. It is not worshipped, but it is respected. Decisions around money are made with logic, not emotion. Education is another dividing line. A poor mindset often sees learning as something that ends with school. Once formal education is over, growth stops. Learning feels like work, not opportunity. New information can feel threatening because it challenges existing beliefs. A rich mindset treats learning as lifelong. Books, mentors, experiences, mistakes, conversations, everything becomes a classroom. There is humility in this mindset, an understanding that no matter how successful someone becomes, there is always more to learn. Curiosity replaces defensiveness. Relationships also reveal the gap. Poor thinking is often competitive in unhealthy ways. If someone else wins, it feels like a loss. Success of others triggers jealousy or suspicion. There is a belief that opportunities are scarce, so someone else's gain must reduce your chances. Rich thinking understands abundance differently, not as infinite money falling from the sky, but as infinite ideas, solutions, and value creation. Other people's success becomes proof that something is possible, not evidence of unfairness. Collaboration replaces competition. Networks replace isolation. Perhaps the most dangerous aspect of the poor mindset is identity. Many people don't just think poor, they identify as poor. Struggling becomes part of who they are. Changing would mean losing a familiar self-image, and that can feel terrifying. Even pain can feel safe when it is familiar. The rich mindset separates identity from circumstances. You are not your bank balance. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your current position. You are a person in motion, a work in progress. This flexibility allows reinvention. It allows growth without shame. It's important to understand that rich thinking is not about greed or arrogance. It's not about stepping on others or chasing money at all costs. At its core, it is about agency. The belief that your actions matter, that your decisions compound, that you can influence your future more than you think. And here is the uncomfortable truth. No one is coming to save you. This idea can feel cruel to a poor mindset and liberating to a rich one. When you stop waiting for permission, motivation, or perfect conditions, you begin to act differently. You stop asking when and start asking how. The shift from poor to rich thinking does not happen overnight. It happens quietly, through small decisions. Choosing learning over comfort. Ownership over excuses. Long-term thinking over short-term relief. Action over endless preparation. Each choice seems insignificant on its own, but together they change the direction of a life. In the end, wealth is not something you chase. It is something you grow into. Money follows value, and value is created by mindset, behavior, and consistency. Change the way you think, and what you attract begins to change as well. Not magically, not instantly, but inevitably. The real difference between the poor and the rich is not what they have. It is how they see. And once you see differently, you can never go back. Have you ever felt like your life is slowly slipping through your fingers, even though nothing bad is really happening? You wake up, go through your day, do what you're supposed to do, and yet something feels off. Less energy, less joy, less meaning. And the scariest part is that you can't point to one clear reason why. Today, I want to talk about 5 habits that quietly and slowly destroy your life from the inside. They don't look dangerous. They feel normal. And that's exactly why they're so powerful. The first habit is living on autopilot. Most people don't consciously choose their days. They repeat them. Wake up, check the phone, rush through responsibilities, distract themselves at night, go to sleep, and repeat. Weeks turn into months, months into years. When you live on autopilot, you stop asking yourself important questions. You stop checking whether the life you're living actually belongs to you. Autopilot feels safe because it requires no decisions, but over time it steals something priceless: awareness. And without awareness, change is impossible. Another habit that slowly destroys your life is constantly